Yo, last episode was 24. You know what's way fucking funnier?
What?
25, baby. 25 episodes.
Okay.
25 installments.
Woo!
So anyway, hello and welcome to the 25th installment of the Synapse Misfire Podcast. I'm your host, Chris. And speaking was our co-host, Jordan. I almost called you the ho-host.
The ho-host. I also wasn't speaking. I just went, woo!
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Welcome. Do I really even have to do the whole intro anymore? There's 25 episodes in.
Yeah, I guess. But
Spotify, link, description. RSS, favorite podcasting app, link, description. Contact us, synapsemisfire@pm.me. Send your comments, questions, concerns, death threats, and we will be reading them on the show.
yeah, hey, if you're feeling burnt out on the intro, I can take over. Okay,
You sure
at
you're
least
not gonna fuck it up?
No, at least for that part. You can do the intro, and then I can do the
Okay.
contact intro from now on.
Okay. All right.
So look forward to that, ladies and gents.
All right.
Chris, how you been in the past 5-10 minutes?
I got more coffee.
I can tell. I also see that you no longer have that yee-ass haircut.
Nah, I don't. No bitches on my dick, though.
Well, I mean, you do only have a cat, so.
That's true.
So
That's
you do
true.
be getting that pussy, though.
Nah, he don't even like me. Look at him.
Why don't you just shit in his litter box?
I will. I'll do it. Assert my dominance.
So I wouldn't advise that, because I've done that before. I didn't shit in it, but I did piss in my cat's litter box once.
But why?
So, at my old living quarters, someone was in the bathroom, and I was like, damn, bro, I gotta piss. And
What, were you just out of bottles? Like,
well, I don't know, it just doesn't seem like a good idea in the house. Might just fill the bottle. And then what?
how much do you piss, bro?
A lot when you have to. Didn't you make a comment when I just went to piss?
I did, yeah.
There you go. Anyway, sure, 8-year-old me wasn't thinking bottles, okay? So I was like, where can I pee? And I looked at my cat's litter box, right? And I'm like, okay, no cats around. So I pissed in his litter box, okay? And then, like, 2 hours later, right, he comes down. I'm looking at him. He goes up to his litter box, and I'm like, oh, no.
He goes, yo, what the fuck?
And he puts one paw over the threshold, and then he bats up, and he's like, He starts sniffing it, right? And then he just shits on the floor, on the side of the litter box. Just took the fattest shit on the floor.
Funny enough, you said you weren't thinking bottles. Like, 8-year-old me, probably younger, was really into piss bottles.
Really?
This is true. My dad showed me this once. He told me about this, how he's like, sometimes when you're on a construction site, they don't wheel in a porta potty or whatever. You piss in a bottle, whatever. Or you're on the road or what have you. And my brain, I was maybe 7, and my brain was like, oh, portable bathroom. So my basement that we're currently in used to not have a bathroom, and it used to not be my bedroom.
Gotcha.
So the area that's my bedroom now had a pool table. It was like a play area.
Okay.
And the area under the stairs was just a regular closet. So what I ended up doing was I was like, I don't want to go all the way upstairs to go pee-pee.
Like the pee-pee cup.
Instead of pee-pee cup, I had a pee-pee bottle. And I had a pee-pee bottle. I'd pee in the bottle, and I just put it in my closet.
You wouldn't even empty it later?
No. I just pee in another bottle, put it in the closet. And one day, my dad was downstairs, and he was, like, cleaning something. And he looks in the closet, he goes, what the fuck? And he pulls me aside for a minute, he goes, are these your piss bottles? I'm like, yeah, I did it. He's like, no, you're not supposed to do that all the time. That's... I kept piss bottles, and then ever since then, I was so embarrassed. I never did it since.
Yeah.
I know, like, that's a common thing with, like, people who are kind of like me, nerdy, don't get outside very much, generally kind of losers.
Don't call yourself that.
They keep piss bottles. That's like a stereotype. Mm-hmm. I never understood that. Granted, my bathroom's 10 feet away. I can get off my stupid ass and piss in the toilet, you know?
Yeah.
It ain't that hard.
Yeah, I mean, at least at the time you didn't have a bathroom. You're also 8.
That's true.
Your dad could say anything and you would stick with it.
Literally didn't know better.
Yeah.
Like, my brain didn't put together the phrase, didn't fill in the F in the phrase, shut the F up.
Yeah.
And I was always like, yeah, that's just, the F is just for emphasis. And I didn't understand it was fuck. I knew the word fuck, obviously.
Yeah.
But, like, I wasn't like, oh yeah, F is always fuck. Almost always.
Yeah. That's funny. My sister, my youngest sister, who's still older than me, but my closest sibling in age, she's about 6 or 7 years older than me. So when I was like 4 or 5, she was 10 or 11, and we stayed up one night really late, and we were like, oh, we have to pee. So we go downstairs. We're both afraid of the dark, so we'll go together.
That's fair.
We go downstairs, and we get in the bathroom, and I was gonna wait outside. She'd go, then I'd go. She'd wait outside.
You'd stand guard?
Yeah. She goes in, I go in, and we're like, okay, yeah, this is fine. And we look, and there's a centipede underneath the toilet. So we're like, oh, fuck no. We both book it back up to our rooms, and then we're trying to figure out, like, what are we going to do? Are we going to wake them up to kill the centipede, or, like, what are we doing? And we're like, we really got to pee. So you know the strategy we came up with?
Oh, boy.
So we had radiators on the floor.
Okay.
So our thought process was, water evaporates when it gets hot. You know? So if we pee on the radiator, it'll evaporate. So we peed on the radiator.
So you just pissed all over the floor, basically.
Yes. Yes.
And what did your parents say when they found this?
I don't quite remember, but I just know that it's an ongoing thing in the family where we always joke about it. I'm sure they weren't happy.
Oh, I'm sure.
If I had to guess, but
I never did any floor pissing.
In hindsight, it's not that big of a deal, but at the time...
Never did any floor pissing, really.
No? So I've peed on litter box and on a radiator.
Never pissed on a radiator.
But yeah, so that's something that I in fact did.
Never pissed on a radiator.
It didn't evaporate, by the way.
I can imagine. Part of me wants to imagine you did this in the middle of the summer, too, when the heat wasn't on. That's probably not the case, but...
It very well might have been. I have no idea.
Oh, really?
But my guess is that maybe we were slightly smart enough to know it's hot. Not hot all the time.
Yeah.
So hopefully not.
That's definitely...
I wish I could confirm. That'd be funny.
That's definitely like a child brain thought.
Yeah.
Is like, hot, oh, water touch hot, water evaporate. Piss water?
Yeah.
Anyway. It finally happened, Jordan. The hunt is over.
You mean you found the kids?
No. Fuck those things.
Oh.
A truck. I finally found one.
A truck?
A truck.
Like a little toy truck?
No, like a big driving truck.
Ooh. Oh, yeah?
Big driving type.
I'm totally fucking with everyone. I sat in it like an hour ago.
You were there. We actually knew about it the last episode. I just didn't mention it.
Yeah.
So we had to dance around
nice truck.
it.
So tell us about it.
So,
Very
if
nice
you've been following the saga of my truck hunt.
His truck hunt, yes.
I've been looking, right, specifically for a small, like, quarter-ton, half-ton pickup truck. 'Cause I don't want a big... That's a garbage trash compactor. I don't want a big fuck-off pickup truck. I've driven big fuck-off pickup trucks
you don't want
before.
no F-350, F-250.
It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Right? My dad had a Chevy Silverado half-ton.
That's a pretty big... They had the 8-foot bed, too, right?
No, it's a 6-foot bed, but it had 4 doors.
4 doors, yeah. So it's big.
So it's a big truck. Right? And my dad now, he has a Ram half-ton. 1500. 6-foot bed, but also 4 doors.
Yeah.
Massive vehicle.
Yep.
I wanted something small. And I immediately thought, well, Ford Ranger.
Yeah. It's the ideal small truck.
Ford Ranger. And the idea was I wanted to get rid of my Volkswagen Golf and flip the money into a decent truck. Spend like another $1,000, get a decent truck. Because I wanted something, this is what I wanted. single cab, extended cab, either or, short bed, 4-wheel drive,
Manual.
stick shift.
Stick shift. Yep.
Manual transmission, baby. Surprisingly difficult to find. Oh, had a burp. Had some
Burpees?
chicken nuggets earlier.
Oh.
Oh, coming back for me.
You're there. You're alright, boy.
It's okay,
Just start
boy.
spitting up chicken nuggets in the middle of the episode. But yeah, so I take it.
So basically, the consensus that I was finding was Ford Ranger, not like 2-wheel drive, right? Or when I came across nice trucks, they were always rear-wheel drive, only.
You mean Ford Ranger always 2-wheel drive? Because you said not 2-wheel drive.
Oh, the ones that I was coming across were always 2-wheel drive.
Yeah.
The nicer ones, I was like, oh, this one's really good. Doesn't have a lot of miles. It's in my price range. 2-wheel drive. Yeah. And just took the wind out of my sails.
You're like,
And
then you talked about a couple episodes ago putting your expectations in check to help
yeah,
with the whole wind.
I ended up looking at a couple. I looked at one Ford Ranger. It was halfway. It was decent. Body was in good shape, but the suspension was all rotted to shit.
Yeah.
Like, all the parts that keep the tires on and keep the truck up.
Just had no tie rods.
Basically, it was all rotted.
Yeah.
There was a major oil leak. I could smell it.
Yeah.
Exhaust was completely shot. And the guy still wanted like $2,500 for it.
Fucking idiot.
And I'm like, I'm definitely not gonna do it.
You're like, bro.
And it's a smaller truck than I thought.
What? It was a Ranger, you said?
Ranger.
What year?
02, 03 maybe. I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
It was a couple months ago.
Yeah, they are small. So.
Then I had a couple back and forths with some people, and it didn't pan out.
Yeah, like brake line guy.
Brake line guy, that was a good one. I did tell that whole story, but I found a single cab, short bed, a 99 Silverado. Short bed, single cab, 4-wheel drive, stick shift. Truck was pretty mint from the outside. We looked at it, brake line killed itself when we got there. So a guy I was like, all right, hit me up. When you fix the brake line, I'll look at it again. Because I do want to take it for a test drive. I want to make sure the thing I like how it drives. Guy fixes the brake line. I'm like, all right, sweet. There's a decent chance I'm going to buy this truck. Show up. The truck had been moved. So obviously brake line works. And before the guy even stepped outside his house, my dad and I were looking at the truck. Because the day we first looked at it, it had just snowed. And my dad didn't want to lay on the ground. Neither did I.
To go underneath.
Go underneath and look at the truck. The cross member, where the bed meets the cab, was completely rotted out. And the truck, you could tell, and I didn't notice this the first time we looked at it, you can tell from maybe 3-4 feet back, the truck was bowing in on itself.
Yeah.
Very slightly, but it was starting to.
Yeah. And then you're just going to fucking split the truck in half when you're driving it.
So I actually have a funny update on that truck. Someone bought it. Because I saw the same truck, and I know it was the same truck because it had the same issues. And the frame looked in even worse shape. Same truck. That the guy bought it, cleaned it up, and wanted another $1,000 for it on top of what the guy originally wanted. And then he relisted it like not 2-3 days later. He relisted it for like half the price. So I'm assuming he noticed the frame was completely shot.
Yeah.
And it was like, yeah, I can't charge $4,000 for this truck, or I can't charge $3,500 for this truck.
Yeah.
Because no one's gonna pay for that.
It's caving in on itself.
And that I even said, I talked about this to the boys in Discord, and I said, look, some poor bastard's gonna buy that truck. He's gonna hit a pothole, and his truck's gonna turn into a V.
Yeah, literally.
Anyway, next vehicle I looked at, simply because I liked the novelty of it, a Subaru Baja. It's like a Subaru Outback wagon, but with the back cut off.
So it
had a truck bed.
Yeah.
They only sold them for a few years. And it was supposed to be a reincarnation of the Subaru Brat, which they sold in like the 80s. And it was in great shape, actually. But the thing is, I was way too tall for it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to to even fit in the seat, and the seat didn't go down at all. To even fit in the seat, I had to scrunch up.
Knees on the steering wheel.
Basically, yeah. And that's going to be a common theme.
Yeah. Yeah.
So stay tuned. So basically, getting this vehicle, I'm like, listen, bro, it's a great vehicle. It's in my price range, but I can't fit in it. I can't do anything about that. He's like, yeah, understandable. It's fair. So it was like a very sketchy area I went to look at that too.
Mm-hmm.
It was like some boneyard. There was like
tumbleweeds flying around.
There was like an acre of land, and it was just full of like truck parts and car parts, and some full cars and full trucks, but mostly parts. So I'm assuming it was just like a pick and pull kind of thing.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway. Now, I started to get a bit discouraged.
Yeah.
So
losing faith.
A few days later, like a week later, I found a Mazda pickup truck, a B4000, which the Mazda B series was a direct clone of the Ford Ranger with the badge changed.
Yeah. Same
body, same engine, same frame, same transmissions. Literally the same truck.
Yeah.
B4000 guy wanted $2,500 for it because it didn't run right. But I'm thinking about it now. It was definitely just an injector problem.
Mm-hmm. What was it doing?
Because I put the scan tool on it. It was running lean.
Oh.
And it sounded kind of funky. And it was definitely a fuel issue.
Yeah.
Probably because I didn't drive it much. That's why I'm upset about this. It was in great shape. Body was mint. It had like 70,000 miles on it.
Wow.
Stick shift, 4-wheel drive. Steering wheel didn't tilt at all or move at all.
Yep, up and down.
So my knees were like in the steering wheel. If I was like your height, Jordan,
be perfect.
I would have that truck in my driveway.
Yeah.
I would have bought that truck that day, fixed it up, called it a day.
Yeah.
However, I'm not your height. I'm significantly taller than you.
Yeah, by what, like 8 inches?
Something like that. So I didn't buy it. I was really, really upset about that. I'm still kind of annoyed about it.
Yeah.
Even though I have a truck now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a nightmare getting the thing registered.
Yeah, probably.
So basically, I have a truck now, but that's not where the story ends. Because there's a few more steps to where I am now. So, my brain goes, well, old truck, can't find a decent one. So, why don't I just see if I can trade my good car, my Accent, for like a decently sorted Tacoma. 4-wheel drive, that whole bit. I'm not going to list off the specs again because I already did it a million times. So, same bit. So I found it about an hour away. And I was like, whatever, I get out of work early today. I'll just drive up tonight. See if I can make this happen. And everything was looking great. I saw the truck, drove it, whatever. Everything looked good. It was a 2011 Tacoma with 30,000 miles. And I was like, I said, you know what? I think the number's going to be right. I've decided I'm buying this truck.
Yeah.
And it was one of the ones affected by the frame recall. So the frame was being replaced before I ended up with it.
You don't have to worry about that.
So, basically a new vehicle. So I was like, why not? So the guy, I made some phone calls, or I made a phone call. So every time I do something major like this, I always, always got to talk to Dad, right?
Yeah.
I called my dad. I said, look, it's looking pretty good. I think I'm going to go through with it. There's a couple things that I don't like about the truck, but there's a lot that I do. So like, yeah, just be smart about it. Don't agree to anything that you don't want. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So I did talk to him. And when I stepped back inside from my phone call, he goes, the salesman I was talking to, he goes, look, I got bad news for you. And he handed me the breakdown of prices that they wanted for the truck.
Okay.
On the low end, like me putting like $3,500 down.
Plus straightening your accent?
Plus my accent. Because I'm upside down on my accent a fair bit. It's worth like 10 grand and I owe like 14.
Yeah.
Which is why you probably shouldn't buy a new car. But that's lesson learned, Whatever. I don't have issues with the car. It's just not fun to drive.
Yeah.
So basically, he goes, look, this is on the very low end, and they wanted $450 a month. And I said, no way, pal.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, I looked at the figure, and I figured it was a no-go. So, it was a pleasure, with your time. Thanks for your time, whatever. So I shook his hand, and I left. I called my dad again. I was like, yeah, it's a no-go.
What would you have taken? 300? 300, yeah.
I pay like $270 now.
That's kind of what I was guessing would be like your
I pay like $270 now. I used to pay like $330, and then I refinanced.
Mm-hmm.
If it was around $300, $305, $295 in that area, I would have went for it.
Yeah.
Any day of the week. Even though it had crank windows. I was a little annoyed about that.
Yeah, but you can also you can put power windows in those things. It's just a little annoying to do, but you can.
So, that didn't pan out. So, like, this isn't gonna happen. This plan isn't gonna happen. I owe too much on the car. It's not worth that much for a trade.
Mm-hmm.
What are you gonna do? So, back to looking. And at that point, I was really discouraged. I was like, fuck. So, I'm looking around. I still, every couple times a day, I would refresh Facebook Marketplace because if you're looking for a used vehicle, especially like an older one, you're not willing to pay like less than $5,000 or something for it. Facebook Marketplace is the best place to find them. Craigslist has some stuff, but like nowhere near the amount of stuff Facebook Marketplace has.
Yeah.
And I refreshed Facebook Marketplace. Ad posted literally like 55 minutes ago for a 2005 GMC Canyon. 4-wheel drive. The body looked like it was in good shape. 5-speed manual. Fun fact, I was actually like, I don't know if I want to go anywhere today. I don't know if I want to take a look at this truck. It's, it's not that far, but like I just don't feel like getting out. And then I was thinking about it more and more. About an hour had passed. And I go, yeah, whatever. I'll send out a message, see where it goes. So I sent out the message. Oh, is it still available? The pre-generated one. Yeah, it's still available. And I said, cool, can I take a look at it today? And I did. Mint truck. Frame was a bit rusty, but a truck in New England, that's what you're going to find.
And it's not rot, it's just surface rust. I mean, it can turn into rot, but you can take care of it.
That's the thing. I bought it. My dad looked at it. I looked at it. The frame is solid. Like, you could hit it. It'll pass the hammer test, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I got to do something about the rust at some point because I don't want the frame to rot away because it is a nice truck.
Yeah.
So I said, look, I like the look of it. And everywhere I've gone, every truck I've looked at, or a lot of the trucks I've looked at, the person selling it was just astounded that I could drive stick.
Really?
I don't get it.
Well, it's just our generation. Why would you know,
Well, I just think it's fun.
No, that's what I'm saying, though.
Yeah.
If someone looked at you, I wouldn't think you knew how to drive stick.
Well, actually, yeah, people...
Like your dad, I can just assume he knows how to drive stick. Even
he's old.
He does.
Yeah.
My mom, she knows how to drive stick. My dad,
he can drive stick like a machine. He used to race.
Really?
Yeah, he can drive. He can drive pretty good. He picked it right up after not driving stick for like 25 years.
Yeah. See what I'm saying? That's,
picked it right back up.
That's that time period. So anyone older, I would assume, yeah, they can probably drive stick. Look, looking at you, like anyone our age, I would usually go, oh, I bet they just sit on their phone the whole time they drive.
Well, that's true. I mean, you can't drive stick.
I can't, no.
So,
I want to learn eventually, but I also don't really care enough to learn. Let me rephrase that. I don't care enough to invest money into learning.
That's true.
Like, I know we talked about that hypothetical project. That I'd be fine with.
Yeah, I'm getting rid of my Volkswagen soon. I'm telling you now, I'm making this formal announcement. I'm going to teach you and film it. It'll be fun.
Okay.
The Volkswagen's a pain in the ass to learn on, by the way, but I did it, so you can too. You can too.
I'll figure it out. I might just break everything, but it's okay.
It's for the next guy to deal with.
Yeah. But that's what I'm getting at. I'm not in a place or mindset to buy a manual and learn right now, but I mean...
That's why I bought one just because I had the money. I was kicking around the idea of learning anyway, and I was looking for something dumb cheap. I paid $1,000 for my Golf.
Because you don't really have to care. It's fucking...
And I will say, I'm gonna miss having a vehicle I don't care about.
Yeah, because now you care about the truck.
I do. I have had the truck like 24 hours, and I already really like it.
You're not thinking about like just keeping the Volkswagen for any reason?
For what reason?
Are you thinking specifically? You don't care about, I guess.
I don't know, maybe.
But you also got the Jeep, so you can fix that up like we talked about.
That's definitely a vehicle I don't care about.
Yeah. So anyway, you can finish your story. I didn't mean to interject.
So yeah, that's fine. So I went down. I talked with the woman who owned the truck. It's a nice girl actually. She told me about all the service records and whatever. Only been to one mechanic, and she really liked the truck. She was really sad to see it go, and that was the case with my Volkswagen too. Woman really loved that car, right? And I hope I don't mutilate this one the way I mutilated the Volkswagen.
Well, we didn't take the radio out yet, so we're off to a good start.
Well, it's GM too, so it's gonna be. You don't need 85 special tools to do it that don't even work.
True. In fairness.
Because we make things simple here in the States.
Yep.
So anyway, I talked to her, whatever. So I always like it. It's always a good sign for me as a buyer when someone's like, oh, I really loved this truck. I really took care of it. Because that means it wasn't beat on. It's not a piece of shit.
Yeah,
right?
She didn't fucking drag race with the thing.
Exactly. And she was like, look, I got a new car, and I've only put less than 1,000 miles on this over the last year. Like, okay. She said she only drove it to make sure it still ran.
Yeah.
Because if you leave a car sitting for a
You'll
while...
do more wear and tear than if you just drove the fucking thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I test drove it. Drove around. Like, oh, I like this. I like this. I learned real quick that if you're shifting in the fourth and you move the lever over to the right just a touch, you'll try to put it in reverse. There's no switch. So, so I test drove the truck, whatever, and I was like, yeah, look, I'm going to take it. So I went, grabbed the money, gave her the money, drove it home. So now it's in my driveway. And I have to pay, I have to wait 85 years to get it registered.
Yeah. You want to talk about the connection between me and the truck?
Yeah. So, I asked, while I was doing my test drive, it just came up. I don't remember how. But it came up as like, yeah, I'm starting my new job at this place. And she goes, oh, no shit. My boyfriend works at that place. Turns out, he's friends with Jordan.
Yeah.
Jordan knows him. So, it was weird. Small world.
Small world, yeah. I told Alex about it, and he was like fucking blown away at the coincidence that is.
Yeah, it's weird.
Because it's not like you were looking for a car and just bought a car. You were looking for such a specific setup of a car, a truck, and it just so happens they had that. Like, that's where it's weird.
That's pretty cool. But yeah, she was...
and if anything's wrong with the truck, we can just take his ass. That works.
That's true, yeah. No, she was very nice. She was very upfront with the sale of the truck and whatever, so... I have all the documentation. I own the truck now. It's mine. You're not getting it back. You signed the paperwork too.
Yeah, no, that's cool though. At least you finally got it.
So the hunt is finally over. That was 31 minutes, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
The hunt is finally over. I finally have a truck. I just have to wait probably...
Right around the time you retire, I would think.
Probably 3 weeks to get it registered.
God motherfucking damn.
Although, because I don't have to get plates issued, I'm transferring them from my Volkswagen. So I'm a AAA member. You might be able to do the paperwork at a AAA place because they do some registry stuff. I don't know if they transfer plates, though.
Hopefully.
Hopefully they do, because if they do, I could get it done probably next week.
Yeah. Should call and find out, or look it up or something.
I'm going to, but it's Saturday.
Yeah.
And no one does any registry stuff on Saturday.
No sirree.
So I gotta call them probably Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, no, Monday's a holiday. God damn it.
Tuesday.
I'll call them when I'm done at work.
Yeah.
Because I don't work very long. Because I have class.
Skip the class, go to the registry.
I would if it wasn't my first class.
Yeah. But, so it seems like your truck hunt is done, but it doesn't seem like you're done with trucks, huh?
No, dude, I love trucks, bro. I love trucks.
Even virtual trucks?
Video game trucks, real trucks, drawings of trucks,
Truck pornos?
truck porn, guys with big lifted trucks who pull things. That's fun. Speaking of pulling things, virtual trucks, video game trucks, Snowrunner. That was such a smooth segue, smooth transition. I'm such a professional guy, big presenter guy. Snowrunner. That's what I'm talking about now.
Yeah.
It's a very truck episode.
Yeah.
Talking about
It's a truck
Snowrunner.
episode. Episode 25,
Bro.
the truck episode.
Bro, you need to buy Snowrunner. I'm telling you.
What do I have tomorrow? Am I doing anything?
It's
If I buy
Sunday.
Snowrunner, I'll be able to play tomorrow.
Yes. I was going to play anyway.
Alright. I'll buy Snowrunner tonight.
Bruh.
Mom, can I have $40?
Yeah.
Imagine. It's what, 40 on Epic?
It's $40 on Epic Games. Or you can pay $60 and get the season pass, which includes all the extra trucks and all the extra content.
No, we'll see. I'll buy it though. I'll buy. We'll play, and we'll see how it goes. But,
So basically, I've been playing the shit out of Snowrunner, right? And then when I play a lot of a game, it's gotta be good.
Yeah.
Because I don't play games for very long.
No.
I pick them up, I play for maybe 5-6 hours tops, and then I put them away.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm on two extremes. I either play a game for like 2 hours or like
20.
2 hours or like 2 days, and there's no in between.
That's true.
So I've been playing the shit out of Snowrunner. I've been having a good time. You pull stuff. You drive truck.
Deliver cargo, right?
Yeah.
What do you do when you play? Do you like listen to music, vibe, or do you just put on the headphones and just drive through?
I watch YouTube basically, or I have it on in the background.
Pretty sick.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. It's a good game. If you haven't played it, you should.
Yeah. I'll like I said, I'll buy it. Do you play on keyboard?
No, I would recommend a controller.
Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. I should probably use the controller.
There's a bunch of fun mods too. I don't know if any of them work in multiplayer, but I imagine they might because, they're all subscription based basically, not like how you pay for them, but no, it's like subscription in the sense that like how Steam Workshop works, where you subscribe to a mod.
Yeah.
So if you both subscribe to the same one, I don't see why you can't use it in multiplayer.
Yeah.
So
We'll have to fuck around with that and see, and then we'll report back in episode 20. See it.
Because I have a bunch of cool ones. I have like a bunch of real life trucks that are made into mods.
Oh, really?
Like I have like a Chevy Duramax.
That's sick.
Like a Tacoma.
It's Epic Games only, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Epic Games only.
Oh, I wonder if I still have my $10 coupon. Probably not. I think that's expired.
That expired. I remember that was Jason was gonna get it.
That's right.
He goes, "Yeah, I'm gonna buy it if I had the Epic Games coupon." And I was like, "No, that definitely expired."
Yeah. So I'll still buy it. We'll report back.
Basically, play Snowrunner, right? I'm telling you this right now. I'm now drawing a blank on the studio that made the game, but you need to sponsor us.
Is it Focus Home?
I believe so.
Yeah, I believe so as well. I'll look it up.
My nuts itch.
Focus Home is the publisher, Saber is the developer.
Saber, Focus, whomever, sponsor us. Give us free SnowRunners.
Give us the trots.
Yeah.
Alright, cool.
Give me that, like, the K5 Bandit. That's a good truck. It's a 6x6 truck. All-wheel drive, diff lock, always on.
Yeah.
And, it's got a crane attachment on it. Big bed. And it just moves. That's one of the DLC trucks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know, speaking of playing with the boys, or just, you and I, but the boys, how about that Phasmophobia?
How about that Phasmophobia, Jordan? We've been playing the shit out of Phasmophobia.
Yeah, we've been playing a good amount. I've played 8 hours with you guys, but you guys have played more.
Not much more. Like, I played like 13.
Yeah.
Like 14, maybe.
So, yeah, me, Chris, Jason, Alex, all been playing Phasmophobia. Shit my pants the other night. I still haven't played it in VR either.
I haven't either.
Maybe we should do that soon. Probably when we aficionado it. But, fucking, when I took the photo of that ghost, like, in my shit.
Oh, yeah. That's, so, I will say, it's one of those games where, like, you look at it, and it's kind of put together like shit. It's kind of rough around the edges.
Yeah, very much so.
But it's like $13, so you can't really complain. That's full price too.
Yeah.
So we've been playing. The whole point is you go into a house and you find a ghost.
You identify what kind of ghost it is. Yep.
You find what ghost it is. Well, that's always one of the objectives, is to find out what kind of ghost it is. And then the other three are random.
Yeah.
Yep. Like get a ghost to walk through salt, or take a picture of the ghost, or detect sub-zero temperatures or something like that.
And the other thing is too, the game uses in-game voice chat, so that way the ghost can kind of hear you and respond.
That's actually the coolest part.
Yeah. So the ghost might be named like Sasha, and you're just yelling Sasha's name, and it actually agitates the ghost.
Yeah, so if you're not getting any ghostly activity, you just piss off the ghost by yelling its name.
And then it might fucking kill you.
And then it might kill you. Unless there's strats here. You have the crucifix, and if you're within 3 meters of the crucifix, it won't start a ghost hunt.
Yeah, if the ghost spawns within 3 meters, it'll quickly spawn and then disappear.
Yeah.
And then, there's the strat where Jason just runs around the gym and gets fucking strangled.
That's basically what happened. We were playing on the high school map, and the ghost was in the gym, and we were trying to find the goddamn thing. And it finally showed up.
Just to strangle Jason.
And then Jason gets iced. He gets killed. And Jordan is like kind of walking towards me because we were near each other. And I go, "Look behind you!" And the ghost is just no animations, sliding around. Sliding around behind Jordan.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it do be like that. And then on the map before it, the prison map, we're trying to get a photo of the ghost. And I turned, and the thing was just fucking...
It was just posted up.
It was just standing there in my face, and I snapped a photo of it and screamed. Yeah.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
That's a thing where, you'll just be in an area where you know the ghost is, because it's pretty easy to narrow down where it is.
Yeah, because it kind of stays to one area. It can hunt you in other areas if you say its name and stuff.
Yeah, especially if you're on smaller maps, it's super easy.
Yeah.
But, if you're in the area where the ghost is, and then, like, all of a sudden you're trying to find this damn thing, and all of a sudden you just see out of the corner of your eyes something moonwalking.
Yeah.
And then you hear hissing. It's like...
Yeah.
Or like... Or some shit like that.
Well, and then sometimes, too, your character's heart rate... But dun, dun, dun,
you
dun,
hear the bum 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 bum.
And they're there, yeah. It's cool. It's a really cool game. And ultimately, the end goal is we're going to play it on the show.
Yeah, we're still working on Synapse Misfire game night.
That, GTFO, Maybe even Snowrunner with just us, if we get around to it. I'm not sure that'd be a very entertaining game, but we'll see.
Snowrunner is fun
to play.
I don't know how fun it is to watch.
Yeah. We'll have to see how it goes. There could be funny moments.
We can make something and then see how it turns out.
Exactly.
So we don't have to upload everything we make.
Yeah. But, yeah, that's a couple of the things that we've been thinking.
Yeah, that's story of my channel. If I uploaded everything I make, I'd have like 50 or 60 videos by now.
Yeah.
I make so many videos that I don't post.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't want to edit this, or I edit it, and I'm like, oh, it turned out like shit. I don't want to upload it. So.
Yeah, understandable. But hopefully soon. Hopefully very soon we can do game night, because movie night was fun and was pretty cool, but got fucking copywritten.
But Diodato got us, and now, I think this is the case with streamers, but not with us.
Yeah.
Playing copyrighted stuff, music and whatever, DMCA. Stuff that you get DMCA for.
Yeah.
That's now a felony.
Yeah.
Like a proper felony. And I don't know about you. I don't really want a felony on my record.
Neither do I.
Because you can't vote. You can't get a job. I'd probably get fired from the job I haven't even started.
I'd lose my gun.
That too. I couldn't get a gun.
So I think we steer clear from any music.
Yeah. So.
Because that doesn't apply for like in-game music, right?
It depends what the
in-game music is. It depends on the in-game
music
music, because like your GTA radio will. I know that. But and like Killing Floor, I used to get copywritten on my Killing Floor videos all the time.
But I don't know how serious it is. Like if you, because
just remove it.
It specifies it as like for profit streaming. I haven't read too deep into the law.
We probably should.
But it is a bullshit law, I will tell you that.
Yeah.
It is a bullshit law, especially like, if you're streaming and someone like plays a donation and it's a song, like a copyrighted song, and then boom, FBI's at your door.
Yeah.
It carries like up to 10 years in prison.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy.
That's fucking, I could murder someone and get less than that.
Yeah. But that's the way this country works, though.
That's how it be.
I could take this airsoft rifle behind me and like attempt to bludgeon you to death, and they'd be like, "What a dick." But if I just turned on a song right now and we just started streaming,
up to 10 years in prison.
We'd both get arrested. Yeah.
10 years in prison. That's a fucking felony.
Yep.
Because the nothing the $0 we're gonna make off this video, it could have been going into the music industry's pocket, Yep. So they need to run ads on this video now.
Yeah.
On all 13 views it's gonna get.
Yeah.
So.
But anyway, yeah, we're hoping to make game night a thing real soon. Still working on it. We were supposed to already have it done, but I have a new job. Chris is starting a new job. Shit's difficult.
You know how shit be.
Yeah. So, we'll work on it. Chris.
Jordan.
RTX 3060.
Yes.
The budget card lives. You talked about this. You were like, where the hell is NVIDIA's budget card?
Yep.
Here it is.
So that's your new 2060.
1060. It's the replacement for the 1060.
Why
GTX 1060.
Why 1060?
So my guess is so what it says on NVIDIA's website, and then also on the notes that I took from NVIDIA's website, is it's meant to replace you. It's meant to introduce GTX 1060 users to the RTX lineup.
Oh.
So it's the replacement, not necessarily in performance, but in price to
Oh,
performance.
it's the people who skipped out on the 2060 or the 1660.
Yes. So it very well is probably like the 2060 replacement, but the design and the price range and stuff is meant to bring 1060. Not so much 2060 to 3060, but 1060 to 3060. $329.
$329.
Good price. I mean, good card. Not gonna ever find it. But
yeah, that's the thing. I can actually check right now. Because, and I'll tell you why. It's a pain in the dick to find graphics cards. Bitcoin, $36,000. Earlier today, it was up over 37.
God motherfucking damn.
And I am actively contributing to this. I own $150 in Bitcoin now.
Really?
Yeah, I'm now down $2.
Wow.
But that changes. Like, I'm anywhere from up $2 to down $2 within a day.
Yeah.
Because it fluctuates so much.
If Bitcoin ever kind of comes down, I'm gonna buy some.
If it just tanks, I'm gonna kill myself.
Why?
No, it's $150. I'm not that concerned about it.
If it tanks, you might as well just buy a shit ton, right?
That's true. I guess my loss could be a future gain.
Yeah, that would be my thinking. Like, if it tanked, I would buy whenever I could, and just hold on to it. Inevitably, it'll come back up. Anyway, RTS 3060. One of the biggest things that I was thinking about, and even NVIDIA kind of expressed with this 3060 is, obviously it's not. It's the lightweight in the 30 series.
Of course.
But it being the RTX series, it's already more powerful than the 1060, but now you get access to things like DLSS, which can boost that performance even further.
I will tell you this. DLSS is like the performance enhancing drugs of the computer world.
Yeah.
It is the technology that made Cyberpunk playable.
It is.
Legitimately, I went from getting 40s, 30s to getting like 70s or 80s.
Yeah, exactly.
And with no
impressive.
real loss in visual fidelity. People are like, "Oh, it looks fuzzy. It doesn't look right." It looks fine to me.
I noticed on Performance Ultra, it did look fucked up. But on Performance, just regular DLSS Performance, it looked fine.
I will give you that. Performance Ultra was like, I started to see what they were talking about. Regular Performance, perfectly fine.
Looked good.
It looked...
Especially I think the problem is people are dumb. So that fuzziness, they probably don't realize they left on chromatic aberration and film grain. That's two default settings that are on.
Ugh. Alright, video game developers, stop putting film grain in video games. You don't want to take the downsides of film and put them into video games when you can control what goes on into the game. You can control what the game looks like. You don't have the same limitations as film as you do in a video game. Stop putting film grain in a video game.
You know, did you turn that off in Cyberpunk, or you just played the whole game with it?
I turned it off.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if you were aware of it.
The first thing I turn off.
That's like me with motion blur.
That and motion blur. That's what I turn off all the time. Because I find all the time it's the case with every game, it's way overdone, motion blur.
Way overdone.
It's like...
The fact that that's an option in, like, Doom Eternal.
I can understand... Oh, my God, I'd get sick.
Yeah.
It's like, I can understand there is some blur when you move your head around. That probably sounded weird on audio, because I'm moving left and right of the mic. But there is some blur, but it's not like... Oh, I moved my head 90 degrees. The world is now one blur.
Yeah. That's the problem. What I was thinking too was with the RTX 3060, I can't imagine, I don't know for sure, but a 1080 Ti, right? You think that would outperform an RTX 3060 just base?
I would hope so.
So,
I mean,
the
other way around. I mean,
yeah.
3060 outperforms 1080 Ti.
So,
I would certainly hope so.
What I was going to say too was I had brought up DLSS. That also gives it the advantage over like a 1080 Ti where like maybe the performance gap is really close and then DLSS can just fucking leaps and bounds push that performance boost at the possibility to keep this card at 329. Obviously, You're never going to find it for 329 unless you're lucky as shit, but I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm telling you, man, the buddy of ours just sold his 2080 Ti, like, literally, like, yesterday. And he got $1,000 for it.
Yeah.
I think he paid $1,000 for it. Or he paid $1,100 or something like that.
Yeah.
So, they still got value, man.
Yeah.
They still got value, and that's a 2080 Ti, right? So, good luck finding a 3080 for less than $1,000 if people are still willing to pay $1,000 for a 2080 Ti.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Which you could probably just get the 2080 Super and get the same thing out of it.
True.
The gap between the 2080 Super and the 2080 Ti is very small.
Yeah. It is. They really, the way they name these cards sometimes, it's super easy to, like, assume that a 2080 Ti is, like, a crusher of the 2080 Super, considering, like, the price difference between the two at launch.
Yeah.
It's kind of fucking sucks.
I mean, the only difference is that it has extra letters at the end. It's like essentially trim models on a car.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you could get the SE, or if you get the SEL, you get a push button start.
Yeah.
That was the option with my car when I bought it. It was like,
is it?
I have the SE as a base model. Not so base that it's like manual transmission, crank windows, whatever. In hindsight, if I could drive stick at the time, I wish I would have gotten a manual.
Oh, there was a manual option for that car?
Yeah. All like really cheap cars have manual options because it's cheaper. If you want to go really budget, it's cheaper to get a stick shift if you can find one.
Yeah.
Like by a considerable margin, like $1,000 or more.
I'm pulling up.
Is Discovery Plus the greatest collection of...
I'm trying to pull up an article for something I wanted to bring up, but...
That is something else I want to bring up about... Speaking of Discovery Plus, I didn't talk about why every fucking thing needs a streaming service.
But yeah, so the manual transmission.
Yeah, but that was the thing with my car. It's a base model, automatic. I forgot how it's... Oh yeah, it's like your trim models in your car. It's like, oh, you can get the 2080, or you can get the 2080 Ti, and it's better. But unlike the trim models in a car, you get real performance boost.
Yeah.
Unless the trim model is like a different engine, you know?
Yeah.
Like, you can get like, this is a thing with trucks. You can get it with a 4-cylinder or a 6-cylinder with like half-ton trucks. That's a thing. Oddly enough, my new truck has a 5-cylinder engine, which is weird.
Yeah.
You don't see 5 cylinders very much because they're unbalanced.
Yeah.
You know, inline 6 cancels itself out. And inline 4 cancels itself out. Inline 5 is just...
An inline 5.
Yeah, I'm not going to say I'd rather have the 4-cylinder, but... You know, it's weird.
Having your 5-cylinder.
4 or 5 rather than 4 or 6.
Mm-hmm.
Strange.
What I was going to say, which totally off topic. Are we good with like the 30 series?
I think so.
Yeah. I just wanted to talk about, I mentioned it, I think 2 episodes ago, video game movies and stuff. The Last of Us TV show has its director now.
Okay, who is it?
It is Kantemir Balagov.
I've literally never heard of this person.
He's a Russian filmmaker.
He sounds Russian.
Behind a drama known as Beanpole. And apparently he is good. That's literally all I know about him. People have just said he's good. So I don't know what to expect anymore.
Okay.
If they took a director that I knew, I'd be like, oh, yeah.
Can we get like Spielberg?
But I'm still very excited for the Last of Us TV show.
What's the feet guy? Quentin Tarantino? Can we get him? Can we just have Ellie say the N-word? Because the N-word shows up in all of his films.
Yeah, understandable. That's true. So, there's that little update there. Hopefully, that ends up being good.
That's fun. Now, when you were looking at that, when you were originally looking at that article, it was cut from the show, but it was an advertisement that's so rudely played.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they got to get their bag somehow, the news outlet.
That was Game Informer. You can blame them.
Yeah, fuck you, Game Informer. So, it was an ad for Discovery Plus. Bless me. I hate the idea that every single like network and whatever has to have its own streaming service.
Yeah.
Disney has one, Discovery has one, HBO, and there's the Stars, Cinemax has one. Yeah. Goddamn, there's the normal ones like Hulu and Netflix, the big ones.
Yeah. But those are like the actually good ones.
There's like Crackle has a paid service now. Amazon. By the time you get all these fucking subscriptions, you're paying more than cable. You could have just had cable. And most of the time, cable comes with these things.
Yeah.
What am I thinking of? The issue now, I just said, is you can't. There's too many things, and then you can't find anything on any of them.
Yeah.
So, I think the only streaming services that have that should exist, there's the basic ones, let Netflix do its thing, let Hulu do its thing, right? Disney Plus, I think, is okay because Disney owns nearly everything.
So there's a wide variety there.
Yeah. And then the specific ones, which I would say Disney Plus is a specific one. And when I mean specific ones, I mean things like Shudder or Crunchyroll.
For specific types, genres.
Yeah, Shudder is just horror movies, Crunchyroll is just anime,
Yep.
So, and, I think those things are okay. But, because maybe you're not really into movies and you're just I want to watch anime and I don't want to have to go through 85 different sketchy piracy websites. Yeah. Not saying that's not something you have to do sometimes, because Crunchyroll isn't a perfect service.
Yeah.
And I know I've had to do it before. I had to go over to, fucking... What was the one I use? It's called, Kick-Ass Anime or something. I was yeah, just find it there. But what I'm saying is I shouldn't have to search through 7 different streaming services to find what I'm looking for and then not find it.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And one of the bigger problems is too, with all these streaming services emerging, that's gonna start driving you up internet prices and stuff like that.
That's already happening.
That's already put the 1.2 terabyte cap on Xfinity.
Yes. And
which I almost exceeded last month.
No shit. My dad said he had mentioned that there's a data cap now. And
1,229 gigabytes.
People were complaining that they were already exceeding it. I haven't exceeded it. I use my internet a shit ton.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell they're doing.
So, I simply almost exceeded it because it was December, and I got an SSD, and I started downloading
games. That's fair. Now I wonder, is it total usage on whether it be both internet and intranet, where it's all internal? Is it total usage that way? If I had a NAS set up, which, I have all this stuff to do, and the project's been complete forever, I just haven't filmed it, and I haven't had it set up in months. But if I had my NAS set up and I wanted to transfer the, terabyte and a half of stuff I've had, am I going to exceed my data cap because I'm transferring stuff via the internet? But I'm not going internal. I'm not going external to the outside internet. I'm only going from my computer to a different computer that's on my network.
So,
I don't know if it works with LAN.
What I would ask to that is, when you use, if you unplugged your router, okay?
Yes.
Would LAN still work because they're both jacked into Ethernet? Because they're technically tethered together?
Technically, yes.
Then I would think not. Now, if that wasn't the case, and you needed to essentially, if you needed to bounce that signal to your ISP and then back, I would think so.
That's something I'm going to have to test. What I'll do, I don't know how I'm going to test it, though. I have an administrative login to my cable account, just because I wanted to make changes there. So I had to upgrade my account from my dad's account.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to make changes there. Because Xfinity sucks.
Agreed.
I had to log in to my Xfinity account with a account administrator or account manager login to port forward. I can't do it from my router anymore.
What do you mean
from
port forward?
From my gateway. So port forward to allow connections on a specific port. Use it for game servers. And I wanted to port forward an IP so I could get a Minecraft server going. Mm-hmm. And you have to log into the Xfinity control panel. You can't just log into the gateway and set it up from there. You have to log into the Xfinity control panel and then set it up that way. It still works the same,
It's just a pain in the dick.
It's just a pain in the ass, and you can't enter a custom IP. You have to select a device. So now I had that issue where devices weren't showing up, and I realized that on certain Linux builds, you have to disable IPv6 for it to show up, which is annoying as hell. But I'll see if that's completely unrelated. But I do want to see if I can test that if it shows me how much data I've used. If it shows me how much data I've used, I'll transfer like 10 gigs of files over to a network. I'll just set up something temporarily.
Yeah.
Like a VM or something. And just transfer it over and see if the number goes up.
So the only thing with that number is it typically takes 24 hours to affect. At least on the Xfinity website portal. Maybe if you're using directly in your administrator account, it should be maybe instant. Not sure.
It take 24 hours to update my nuts.
But see, so the data cap is 1,229 gigabytes, as I said.
Why is it so specific?
It's 1.2 terabytes, exact.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair.
In December, I used 1,138 gigs. The month before that, 916, and the month before that, 910. This month, I've only used 248. So, and we're already halfway through the month.
Yeah, downloading stuff is definitely going to be your killer.
Yeah.
But on a normal month, I use like 250, 260.
But the thing with the data cap is like it's genuinely
gig.
cheaper to let the fee happen than it is to upgrade to
shit,
an unlimited
really?
plan. So I hit 1,138, like I said. The fee is $10 for a 50 gig block. So after you go over, you get 50 more gigs for $10.
Okay.
Up to a maximum of $100, so 500 gigs extra. Unlimited is $30 extra per month. So I could basically use an extra 100 gigs and still pay less than...
It makes sense if you use it heavy.
If you are every month going over...
Yes.
By 150 gigs, then it makes perfect sense. If you're not, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, Yeah.
So, is what it is.
I had that issue when I didn't have unlimited data on my phone. I had, I think, like 4 gigs of data or something like that. And if I would travel, I didn't have good Wi-Fi out there. So I had to use my phone signal. The phone signal wasn't that great either. But I would end up using that whole phone signal or that whole data plan in a matter of a day, half a day.
Yeah. It used to happen to me too when I had limited 4G. I had unlimited data, but limited 4G.
Oh.
And that would happen.
Now I have unlimited data in a way they can tell you what's unlimited, but it's limited. So, speeds slow down at like 22 gigs.
Yeah, mine slows down at 50.
If you use 22 gigs or 25 gigs or something stupid like that, it will slow you down to 2G. Not even 3. 2G.
God damn. Well, if I'm not mistaken, 2G isn't even internet compatible. 2G is cellular only.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure.
Maybe I'm mistaking that.
Okay, so that's what it is. There is data, but it tops out at 256 kilobits per second.
Yeah.
So that's what it is.
So it's basically you get
nothing.
Unlimited, but it's limited in a way they can say it's unlimited. Where if you use more than 22 gigs, 25 gigs, whatever, you get
useless data.
Yeah. Which I've never had an issue with. 20 gigs is a lot of data. It's more than you think if you're just watching YouTube videos.
And if you're outside doing that, I mean, how often?
That's the thing.
Like at work, if you're watching YouTube videos on lunch, that's 30 minutes, an hour. It's not...
It's like, I can actually tell you how much I've used.
Same. Let's see.
1.03 this month. 1.03 gigs.
I've used 1.87 gigs.
But in Wi-Fi usage, I've used 21.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously, when you're at home, you're doing way more on your phone than you are in,
So, my plan says I have 5G ultra wideband unlimited, 4G LTE up to 50 gigs, and it says I'll only experience slower speeds during congestion. So, like peak usage hours.
Okay.
I just don't. That's weird. Anyway,
That's
did
stupid.
I tell you the game I mentioned, the Medium?
Yeah.
So I talked about it. I'm not gonna explain the game or anything, but did I tell you that I got some really good news about the game the other day? So I was just gearing up. It comes out January 28th. I was gearing up, like, okay, I'm gonna buy the game on whatever paycheck that's before it. And then I went on Game Pass. And I'm looking at games, and it's coming day one free to Game Pass.
Yo.
Because Microsoft is funding it.
Game Pass.
Is backing it, I should say. I'm pretty sure. So it's gonna be on Game Pass. So I was like, oh, epic.
That's
I don't
pretty
even need
mint.
to buy it now.
That is pretty mint.
So worked out real well. But yeah, I'll buy Snowrunner tonight. We'll play that. We got to do Phasmophobia in VR.
Snowrunner be like truck.
Be like lock diff.
Basically, yeah.
Do you know they have Mud Runner on the phone? I have it.
Do they? You said that like an old person. Oh, they have it on the phone.
Oh yeah, I guess
on the Google.
That's a good point. On mobile. Fucking dick. Speaking of phones, the S21 is plastic. The base model.
It's plastic?
Yeah, that's how the base model was last year too.
Okay.
For the Note 20.
I'll say this. I've said it before. I'll say it again. The time for making expensive things out of plastic should be over.
Yeah.
Right? And stop making phones out of glass, because that shatters too. Plastic is shit. Glass phones, also shit. Maybe make them out of something that's durable, something that's gonna last.
Paper?
Metal. Almost. Metal. Right? Metal. It's durable.
I'm trying to find gameplay of Gorn on the Quest, but they haven't showed it yet. They just said it's coming out. Because I wanted to see how it looks. Because if we look at the screenshots, it do be looking like really good quality for a native Quest port.
It's pretty good.
So
I guess that's the show. I guess that's it. Unless you have something surprise to bring up. Go. Good talk. All right, show's over.
No. I haven't. No.
All right, show's over for real now. Make sure you can do all the normal YouTube stuff if you're on YouTube. Listen to us on Spotify. Unless you're already on Spotify, then, good job. RSS feed. Import it into your favorite or least favorite podcasting app. And contact us. Comments, questions, concerns, death threats, Synapse Misfire at pm.me. That's it.
Yep, that's the show.
Goodbye.
Starting next week, I will be doing the contact details.
Starting right now, you can get the fuck out of my house.